Alright, back again, Luke here, and today I was in the process of trying to make a gameplay video for Beirut, which is this board in front of me, and the game itself started to act up a little bit. It didn't want to fire on every time, and it started to slowly not turn on. So I thought to myself, oh great, I'm going to have to replace the battery on these things. And with Sega, with these System 16 boards, they have this Hitachi chip here, which is actually a custom chip, and it's powered by a battery, much like the CPS2 boards and the CPS1 boards. It's got a suicide battery in it, and once those batteries die out, the board dies out. So while it was acting up, I thought, oh geez, I don't have much time left. So I went up to the store and I picked up a battery, and it's a regular CR2032, and came back, and I've never replaced one of these batteries on a System 16 board, so I didn't know exactly how much time you have in order to replace the battery. I know on the CPS2 boards you have about 45 minutes or an hour to get the old battery out and the new one in before the ROM chip dies, but for these I have no clue. But to make a long story short, I went and I replaced the battery here, and it's a no-go. So for right now, I can't play, or I can't do any gameplay for Beirut. The system board itself, it just won't turn on, so I'm going to have to get a custom chip. I've heard that they make custom chips here to replace these ones, that you can just pop in the ROM and it'll work fine. You don't have to worry about these suicide batteries. But after having no success with that, what I did is I pulled out my other System 16 board that I have here that hasn't been converted. I have one board that's been converted, and that is Riot City, but this is my Tetris board. So what I did is I opened up this Tetris board here and figured I'll try and give this a shot, see if I can get this thing to stay alive a little bit longer. This one is still turning on, but before this battery dies, I want to see what I can do about keeping this thing going or putting a new battery in it. Some of these wires in here, there are two wires that are connected to the chip, and then there's one wire that's connected to this top plate here. What I'm doing with this knife here is just trying to get off some of that corrosion on the wires so I can get a good solder point. But yeah, it was kind of a bum deal there. Figured I could you know, save it, but unsuccessful. So we'll see what we can do with this one. I figured to make it more interesting, you know, just talk while I attempt to repair it. I don't know how it's going to go. Might not be successful, but we'll give it a shot nonetheless. I'll make sure that I get some of this extra, what is it, flux out of there. Just want to have enough on there so I could solder to these wires, because the last set that I had I just could not solder to. The solder kept sticking and falling off there, so we'll give this a try here, see if I can put some solder on these wires. Now I don't know how much time you have in between repairing or replacing the battery here. I don't know if it's a split second, kind of like a heartbeat, or if it actually gives you more time, and I was just too late with the other one. I really don't know, but we'll see what we can do with this one. Hopefully we'll have better results. Put a little bit of solder on there. And I've mentioned this in other videos before about soldering to batteries. Many people have mentioned it as well. When you, or if you try and solder to a battery, what you want to make sure you do is not keep that soldering iron on this battery for any longer than a couple of seconds. Because if you do, you really risk having the battery explode in your face, and it could cause serious damage to your eyes, and it's really a dangerous situation. So when you do soldering to batteries, just make sure that you do it very quickly, and make sure that the solder sticks, and then you know, immediately pull the soldering iron away from it. Don't leave it on there. Probably the best thing for this kind of board would be a tray, a battery tray, but unfortunately I don't have one of those, so I just I'll have to stick with this for right now, but we'll see what we can do with it. Hopefully we can get something to work here. I don't know. So I'll tell you what we'll do is I guess we'll snip. How can we do this? Probably just snip the negative wire and then hold this wire on there while I give it a shot and solder it down. Like I said, I really don't know how much time I have with these, but let's give it a go here. See if we can keep this one alive. Okay, put that on there. Make sure the thing's touching. And then we'll clip off our other lead here, our positive lead. Try not to short anything out. Alright, well, that's out of there. I almost feel like it's similar to like defusing a bomb here. I really do. Clip the rest of this thing out. And let's make sure that we got all the remnants of that flux out of there. I don't want anything grounding out. A lot of dirt in here, you know, and these things are like 20 plus years old. So let's see if we can mount this thing in there back again. I don't know if it'll go in there as easily as it came out, because now I have a couple of extra wires in here, but as long as the wires stay intact, that's all I care about mostly. Let's see. Well, that thing's just sitting in there right now, but let's give it a shot here and see if we still have a live board or if we have a dead one. That is it's going to be a big answer here as to how much time you have to replace these batteries once they go out, or once they start to go out. Once they go out, there's no time. I mean, you're stuck. But let's see if this thing does the trick. Bring the old camera over here. As you can see, we got it in there. Let's kill the lights. Kind of hope for the best. I don't know. Let's see. Tilt the camera up a little bit. All right. Let's give it a go. All right. Well, this one still works. Very, very happy about that. All right. So we got success with Tetris here, but with the Beirut board, there was no success. I did the same exact thing for Beirut as I did with this one, but let's see. Yeah, this one's working fine. Well, guys, I guess all I can tell you is that if you're having a board, a System 16 board that's turning on sometimes and then not turning on other times, you know, it's just turning itself off, or the power's not coming on right away, like this board was. The power itself was just it was really coming on slowly sometimes, and then other times it wasn't even turning on, and then when it did turn on, some of the back graphics and stuff were slowly appearing again. I guess those are maybe some warning signs here if you have a System 16 board that your battery's about to die. So probably a good idea if you get one of these boards to try and replace that battery as quickly as you can. I know that it may seem like a lot of work and may seem a little bit scary to think about the possibility of destroying your board, but it's better to get on this stuff before it's definitely too late. And for this board here, at least for the time being right now, it was a bit too late in order to get that going again. But nonetheless, still saved the Tetris board, so I wish it was the other way around, to be honest, but we still got the Tetris board going, so just want to show you guys a little bit of a repair here and a battery replacement, but that's about all for me for right now. Like always, I'll put up another video here soon, so thanks for watching.